Hey everybody, welcome back to Drink This, Drink That. This is episode 3, and this week my guest is Dena Krenik, an old sort of professional friend, one of the first sort of wine people on the supply side that I met at Classic Beverage when I started a little over 6 years ago, which is crazy. Dena, you want to talk about your portfolio and maybe get into the wine that I'm drinking here?
Yeah, I think actually maybe, Brian, we met before that when you were a wine buyer for a little taco place in town.
Oh yeah, that taco place.
That little taco place.
Is it because I poured high note up the wazoo?
You poured high note up the wazoo. That's when
that was great.
Thing.
And then I poured it at my wine. Did you know that? Yeah. Or at my wedding.
Did you? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, as Brian said, my name is Dena Krenik, and I work for Winebow, and I work in the group, the division of MundoVino. We specialize in Spain, Portugal, Chile, and Argentina. And I've been with Winebow for a long time now, and I think every time we do a little reorg, something changes, and that keeps it exciting. But I think I've been with Winebow 10 or 11 years now in different versions of it, and I always have, my states change. That was the puppies talking. Hold on. And right now I do what's called the mountain region for MundoVino, and it's Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, and ready for this, Kansas and Missouri. Great mountain areas.
Yeah, that's great.
Your background and all of it looks like a beautiful garden.
It is. It is a beautiful garden. I have all kinds of stuff in there. Maybe I'll do a little tour on here and show people all the plants that I use to make people cocktails.
I love it. I mean, like I said to you before, I'm really good at flowers, basil, and tomatoes, and that's pretty much the extent of it. I think I need to just support the local farmer instead of trying to be one myself.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
That's fair. So tell me about this Verdejo.
So we're drinking, are you showing the bottle? Since we're both outside.
It doesn't matter. We both have a bottle.
It's Paso a Paso from Bodega Volver. It is 100% Verdejo, planted in La Mancha at a vineyard at about 2,200 feet. And so La Mancha is a high plateau and very hot, very windy vineyard. And this was the first Verdejo planted in the region in 1994. And Rafael Canizares is the winemaker. He has vineyards in Alicante and La Mancha. And he grew up in a family that was farmers and wine growers. And then he went on to get his enology degree and has been doing this since the early 1990s.
Really beautiful.
Yeah, delicious.
I love Verdejo. Is always like I still remember the first time I tried Verdejo, and it's always so exciting. It's always so energetic, right? Like it can be really rich and everything, but it's also just so big and bright, and it's like
here comes another plane.
Sunshiny. Oh yeah, is it? Hopefully it's a shipment of Verdejo coming in to the airstrip.
The planes are doing a good job. They're trying to put out the fires in Colorado, so we welcome that noise coming in. But I like Verdejo because it's a great alternative to Sauvignon Blanc. Has a little bit more weight to it, especially this one has a little bit more weight to it. But it has really nice, white flowery, really kind of stone fruits, peaches, and white peaches more to me. And it's just a really great summertime fruit. And when we were talking about what we wanted to do, I wanted to continue on the theme of what are we all doing, drinking on our patios. So something light and refreshing.
And narcissistically recording videos for work. It's great.
Mm-hmm. What's really awesome?
How was your cocktail?
The cocktail, I'm really excited to try the cocktail.
Yeah.
So I had, I went
where's that thing?
With the ingredients. So there's
Look at all that shit in there.
There's a lot of shit, and it's a beautiful Spanish gin and tonic because we're staying with the Spanish theme.
That's great.
So there's a lot of ginger and a lot of turmeric, so that will help with my, inflammatory response in the body.
Right.
balance out the alcohol. A bunch of herbs and a little lemon peel.
Nice. Did you get some cukes in there? Some cucumber?
Oh yeah, you can't see it, but there's a little cuke in there too.
Oh, there's a cuke. Nice.
Yeah, little baby.
So this, we wanted to feature, when we were talking about Spain, you know, we kind of chatted about sherry, and we happened to carry a manzanilla that is, double bottles.
Nice.
That is honestly, you know, pound for pound, my favorite to cook with, to drink on its own, to use in cocktails, to bring this sort of depth of, you know, right at the beginning of the finish and then the very end of the finish, that really great oxidized nutty character. So I made you kind of a gin and tonic with no tonic and just a little bit of gin. So the bulk of it, it's an ounce of La Guita Manzanilla. It's half an ounce of a really great vermouth from Jacopo Poli, the Gran Bassano Bianco vermouth, which is, it's not sweet, it's sort of an off-dry, unaged, really beautiful vermouth. You can still taste the wine in it. Mm-hmm. And it's fortified with a little bit of Rieger's Midwestern gin, which is, it's made by Tom Nickel, or it's made in collaboration with Tom Nickel. Super classic London dry style, very punchy. It's overbuilt, right? A little higher alcohol content, at 92 proof, 92 and change, I think. And hopefully it should taste a little bit like a gin tonic, but a little bit lighter, a little more crushable, because it's not quite as sweet, because it's just Topo Chico. There's no tonic. Just uses those crazy bubbles of Topo Chico.
Yeah, I like it because it's dry. It doesn't get any of that. It's really delicious. A really nice alternative. And that's what so many people are doing with sherry these days, is doing a lot of cocktails. Instead of just sipping it with some nice almonds or some nice cheese, they're really getting really creative with cocktails. And we've seen a lot of growth with this particular item in cocktails in Denver, in all of the bars. So absolutely, it's been great.
Yeah, if you're trying to make something a little extra, use a little bit of sherry. Manzanilla is great for the lighter styles, but there are plenty of other styles of sherry to use. And honestly, when we picked up, or I should say, when you guys brought us La Guita, and I tasted it for the first time, looked at the price, I was like, Fashunk, yeah.
So La Guita dates back to the mid-1800s, 1850 something. And the way the name became is people would come and ask for the sherry, and the owner would say, "Do you have La Guita?" And it was slang for "Do you have the cash?" And so it really took on the name for that. It's also Guita is also a name for a cord, so they added the cord also for the identification of it. And so it was named in early 1900s, La Guita. But this has been around for a really long time. But I really like the story about show me the cash.
That's amazing. That's so great. You want this? Pay your bills.
Yeah. You want some sherry? Show me the cash.
That's great. Oh, man, that's so great.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it's not too smoky over where you're at.
It's been really smoky.
On the west side.
Yeah. But what are we gonna do?
That's fair. That's fair. I hope all are faring well over on the western slope and through Glenwood Canyon there.
I know our thoughts are with all of them.
Ken's driving to the western slope next week, and he is not looking forward to that 6-hour drive to Grand Junction, going around the back way. Yeah,
it's a big detour.
Yep, it is a big detour.
But Ken, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Ken? We should probably cut these guys loose, but I don't mind hanging out and sipping on these tasty beverages on our respective patios.
Yeah, so here, cheers to everybody.
Oh yeah, cheers.
You like what I grabbed? I grabbed the gin and tonic, you grabbed the wine.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.